What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we got some more transfer portal updates as Michigan has lost out on a top target and what that means going forward. Plus, Michigan has a new defensive back target and offensive line target. The kickoff time has also been announced for Michigan's season opener against Fresno State, as it should be a good challenge before the Texas game the following week. And we also got some news on quarterback recruiting in the 2026 class for Michigan, as Kirk Campbell has been putting in the work and has been on the recruiting trail, recruiting aggressively. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. We got some transfer portal updates, including new transfer portal targets for Michigan. However, Michigan did lose out on a target, and that was the Texas cornerback Terrence Brooks, who was a major priority for the Wolverines. He announced yesterday on Sunday that he was committing to Illinois. He committed to Illinois despite having upcoming visits to Michigan and USC, as he was supposed to visit Michigan this upcoming week. So that definitely sucks. Michigan loses out on Terrence Brooks even before he visited campus, as he was slated to visit this upcoming week. It seems to be most likely a straight cash deal, because it doesn't really make sense why he would commit to Illinois right away and not visiting Michigan and USC like he planned. Obviously, Michigan and USC both the better team than Illinois, but nonetheless, Michigan loses out on Terrence Brooks. However, Michigan, they are still going after other defensive back targets, including Michigan State safety Jaden Mangham, who we've talked about. He is slated to visit Michigan this upcoming weekend. He visited Ohio State this weekend and is at Nebraska today on Monday. And then another defensive back target that Michigan is now going after is the Sacramento State safety Cameron Broussard, as he was actually in Ann Arbor for a visit over the weekend. Now, he's a 6'3", 200-pound safety, was a senior last season. Last season, he started all 11 regular season games. He did miss the FCS playoffs due to an injury, but he had 73 total tackles, including 32 solo tackles, and also had 2 interceptions and 5 pass breakups. And according to Pete Nakos of On3, he is expected to make a decision this week. And Michigan is also going after the Buffalo offensive lineman Isaiah Wright, who is one of the top offensive linemen still available in the transfer portal. And according to Pete Nakos of On3, Michigan is expected to get Isaiah Wright on campus for a visit in the near future. He's 6'4", 300 pounds. He's received interest from several schools. Now, he spent 2 seasons at Rutgers before transferring, and he spent the last 2 seasons at Buffalo, and he started 11 games for Buffalo in 2023. He started the first 5 games at left tackle and then moved to center for the next 6 games. He's also only allowed 4 sacks in the last 2 seasons, and obviously Michigan could add depth to the offensive line room, especially after the departure of Amir Herring, and Michigan basically after replacing their whole starting offensive line from last season. Those are 2 new transfer portal targets that we haven't talked about before. Michigan is obviously also going after the Grand Valley State defensive lineman JVR Suggs. Now, LSU is starting to pick up steam in that recruitment, but Michigan is a finalist of LSU, Michigan, Kentucky, and Wisconsin, so they are still a top school for JVR Suggs. Right now, we also got news today that the Assistant Director of Player Personnel, Denard Robinson, is no longer employed by Michigan following a OWI arrest, operating while intoxicated arrest, which happened on April 15th early in the morning around 3 a.m. Now, after the news broke, he was indefinitely suspended by head coach Sharon Moore. Now, it is unclear if Robinson resigned or was fired up to this point. However, obviously, Denard Robinson, a Michigan quarterback legend here. It really sucks, that it had to happen to especially a former player, but same thing happened to Greg Scruggs, and Michigan had to release him as well. Now, Greg Scruggs, he resigned. So I'm not sure if the same thing happened with Denard Robinson or not, but again, sucks, to especially lose a former player like Denard Robinson, but hopefully none of this happens to the rest of the coaches. There has been too many OWI arrest. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Alright, so the next thing I did want to talk about is the kickoff time announced for Michigan's season opener against Fresno State, as the Wolverines will be going up against Fresno State on August 31st, and it has officially been announced as a night game, and they will be kicking off at 7:30 p.m. on NBC. So they will be under the lights in the big house, coming off of a national championship. Also be the first game for Sharon Moore as full-time head coach here at Michigan, and obviously will be a whole entirely new team, especially on the offensive side for Michigan, and a lot of new coaches on the coaching staff as well. Now, Fresno State, they should be a good challenge to start the season for Michigan. The last 7 seasons, they are 58-21, including 29-11 in the last 3 seasons. And they also went 9-4 last season with wins over Power 5 teams like Purdue and Arizona State. So it should be a nice challenge before the obviously top 10 clash between Michigan and Texas the following week, which has been announced will be kicking off at noon, and will be big noon kickoff on Fox. So let me know what you guys think about that. A night game to start the season for Michigan against Fresno State. Now, we also got news that Michigan's 4th game of the season, which will be against USC, that game will be on CBS and will be at 3:30 p.m. There'll be another big game for the Wolverines. And then we also got news that the Michigan-Ohio State game will remain at 12 o'clock, and it will be televised on Fox November 30th in the game. So there's some schedule news for Michigan's 2024 football schedule. Let me know which games or which one game you guys are most excited for this upcoming season. We got a lot on the schedule. Should be a fun season to cover here. Now, the next thing I did want to talk about is some recruiting news, and obviously the Michigan coaching staff, they have been on the recruiting trail, out recruiting for a few weeks now, and one coach who has been getting it done is Kirk Campbell, Michigan's quarterback coach and new offensive coordinator, and he is showing why he is an aggressive recruiter. According to E.J. Holland of the Wolverine, he said that Campbell was on the road this past week with one of the craziest travel schedules he's seen, going from Detroit to Sacramento to San Diego to Salt Lake City to Dallas to Chicago to Las Vegas to Houston to Detroit in the span of 5 days. So he's been seeing a lot of offensive targets for Michigan, but he's also been seeing quarterbacks. Now, Michigan, they have their 2025 quarterback right now out of the 4-star quarterback Carter Smith, and he has been trying to go after their 2026 quarterback now. One option is the 2026 5-star quarterback Ryder Lyons, ranked 9th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings from the state of California. He told Bryce Mayer to the Michigan Insider that Coach Campbell is one of my favorite coaches for sure. I'm very interested in Michigan, and I'm definitely going to get out there early June to check everything out and see how it feels. Now, Campbell, he flew all the way out to California and stopped by his school earlier in the month, and Campbell has made a strong impression on him so far. But another guy is the 2026 4-star quarterback Troy Hoon, who is also from the state of California, ranked 145th nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, 6'4", 205-pound quarterback. Michigan offered him back in March, and Campbell also went out to see him earlier this month. Hoon told the Michigan Insider that it means a lot. I love Coach Campbell. Our relationship is great and will definitely be continuing to make it stronger. I'm so glad he was able to come out and see me throw. And he also said that I like Michigan a lot and I would love to get back out for a visit again. So Coach Kirk Campbell putting in the work as he's trying to find a very talented 2026 quarterback for Michigan. And we've also been talking about the 2025 4-star wide receiver and top 100 recruit Quincy Porter. He recently released a top 6 that consisted of Ohio State, Texas A&M, Michigan, Penn State, Oklahoma, and Alabama. A top offensive target for Michigan in the 2025 class. But with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.